Okay, so great class. This is your assignment for page 96 and 97. I would not questions we could get into to liquidity review and problems. This is doing some day on the 27th, I believe. Whatever the date might be. I don't know. But we're going to do real quick. Didn't go in this page 96, that's page 97. Okay. In page 96, I'm going to piece them together so I can combine all the problems into pages. So, what I'm going to do, I hope you're able to go because first I want you to do is cross out 430 and do first. Okay. Let's count that. So, I'm going to go ahead and get to your problems so you can skip those word problems. But the quiz like running out, so I'm going to make sure you have these and now we'll move on. So, number 4, 5, you got a negative 6 and it's negative 15. Okay. So, for 6, you've got 1 to 15 divided by negative 1 to 3. 7, got negative 17 plus negative 4. Number 8 is negative 91 times a negative 3. Number 49 is negative 3 fourths. That's a negative 3 fourths. Okay. Number 50, we got a negative 3 fourths over the front side. The parentheses are outside. Okay. Number 51 is x to the negative 3rd power. 52 is x to the negative 4th power over y to the negative 6th power. 53 is a square b to the negative 5th power. And 54 is 1 over c to the negative 3rd power. Okay, I think that's it. Everything else should be okay. I'm not sure, double check. Alright, so let's take a quick look at some of these problems. I'm going to put back here. So again, now in this section, this first lesson where you are multiplying and dividing or dissolve your variable. So what I want you to do, I want you to name the inverse operation. Remember, inverse time is opposite. Operation is operation, you dividing, you adding, or you subtracting. And include quantity. That means the number. How many? So all I want you to do, like for instance, number 1, you're solving for y. So you just need to say how you're going to get 5 itself. So first step, you divide that 5 over. Because it's the y, it's actually dividing. So in order to cancel on the side and move it over, you'll time you're going to multiply all of this by 5. You're just going to say just 5. That's all. Number 2, you need to do negative 3 over, and it is set right to z. And so, you know, to get like that, the only thing they can do is multiply. So, to move that negative 3 from the left over to the right side, I'm going to divide by negative 3. Okay, so you will do for the rest of these, alright? Just use your answers. Just say what you're doing and what number in order to get the first step. For number 5, remember this would have been negative 16, okay? You shouldn't be multiplying that. Right, this is pretty specific one to read. Again, that is not a at all, it just wants you to name the operation. However, for number 7 through 22, this page will be all. Okay, so take a look at a couple of these. Now, these are not to pull out this page, but I would encourage you to pick the paper and just have your answer for your own side form. So these are straight because you have me. You love, right? Okay. Alright, so number 7, 4x equals 96. Again, I'm not going to take that as by itself. It is x to the 4, so it's multiplying. Or you cancel it and move it over. We're going to have to divide by 4 on both sides. These will cancel each other out. You'll be left with x and 9 twice, and in 16 times x equals to 24. Okay. For number 8, you need to give yourself some try to move 7 over. It's dividing into z. So we can take it, I'm going to multiply it on both sides. You'll cancel on the left. And you'll have z equal to 40 times 7 times 1. 8, take care of that 0 over. Okay, so I kind of have everything. On number 10, I just want to remind you, you have a negative z here. Remember, no negative integers. Okay, so I cannot have negative z. Now, if I ask you how many c's are on the side with a 1, right? So let's remind you that there is 1 in the c. I'm going to get a 1 z on the side, just write it. So in order to get rid of that negative, guys, you are going to divide by a negative 1 on both sides. Okay, we'll cancel and cancel. And c will be equal to negative 13, because negative 13, no, it'll be positive 13, sorry, negative by negative is positive, so bc is equal to just about 13. Okay, so here for number 12, because there's a difference there with some division, don't let that fool you. Alright, 15 through 22 look about the same. They are either multiplied by, number 15, if you available on the left, the b be multiplied by negative 7, so we're going to do the opposite, we're going to divide by negative 7 each side. B will be equal to, we can cancel, and negative 7 divided by 63, negative 9 minus. Don't forget, guys, if you're positive by negative is negative. Right. And I would encourage you have time. It's okay after you have done your work. Go back and just check yourself with the calculator so you're not missing these problems based on signs. You want to pay attention to the mistakes you make so you're aware of them and it's perfect them. Okay, so that's a divider. And all the same except number 18. So I flip and I 3. I said that something I multiply by 3 on the sides. And it's cancel. And that's equal to that's 99. Positive multiply by negative, so that's equal to negative 99. Okay. So we add back to them solve. So remember these, and if you're not sure about the keywords, I put some Google Classroom to help in general. You probably should be keeping your math journal with you at the point. I was take care of it, but if you have it, they should be on Google Classroom. Alright, so this says do write an equation using n. Okay, then solve as 2 answers here. I need number 1, equation, and number 2, equals this, and equals. Okay, so unless you have those things, we'll get credit. If you have no other, it'll be 9 and 1/2. Alright, let's look at number 23. It said 1/2 a number. What number is equals 84. So I got 1/2 a number. Now we've talked about again this many times. So you can, if it's a 1 divide with the 2, or you can multiply the actual number. So 1/2 numbers 1/2 n is 84. So the first part of the answer, 1/2 n is equal to 84. Now this is where you're going to write some this chart paper. This is where you're going to correct. So for this number 23, I have 1/2 n is equal to 84. I'm just going to try copy that already. So because I am multiplying here, I can't divide. I will just divide by 1/2. But instead, I'm going to multiply by a reciprocal. This fraction, okay? So multiply both sides by the reciprocal, okay? And cancel. Oops, put that down. So I'm going to flip flop that we've got 2 over 1, it's on the hand side. These handled across the left and is equal to, and I got 84 times 2 over 1, 2 over 1 because it's 2, right? So these times 2, that'll be 8 and 16, and it's equal to 68. First paper, which is problem you're going to 82, 168. Those are your two answers to the problem. Okay. So I think for the most part, these should be simple. Let's go ahead and, quotient is funny. Product and multiply, right? The sure sign, the red, 19 times number. The original number, this one for 39, we have as one, and classmates mock this other part, junction, maybe. And so let's look at this one real quick. It says if the original number, here's what it is, right? When it in is doubled, and then that number is tripled. Result is 138. So we had just discussed in class about what number that number for choosing the double number. So what happens is that you have an original number, it gets doubled, and that number is tripled 3, and total is 138. So we know that for our problem, we've got equals 138. So what we have to do is decide, okay, what does that look like? I know that my original number first is doubled, so that looks like 2 times 10. So that is my first step. And that number, this number here, is tripled. So what we need to do is take this number and triple it, which is multiplied by 3. That should equal 138. So it's perfect answer. Okay. Different one looks something like this. Let me see here. 29. 3 times 2 is equal to 138. So let's this out real quick. 3 times 2 would be 6 equal to 138. So for n, I'm 2 multiply over. These 2 multiply, I'm going to add the 6 on both sides. Cancel here. Leaving with n equal to 12 2 times and 18 3 times n equal to 100. So I'm going to move over here and say n equal to maybe 0 2 0 done. Right. And again, 113 number. We had this number. More as well. 113 number multiplying is 157. Okay. Okay. Let's look at some of these. Now, I should come quite a few times on number 31 is the word height. Now, as this is a word that is inside the Bible that says 1/10. Usually, 1/10 what you make back to the church. So for this one, we see the Mr. ties 1/10 of his income. So anything he makes, he gives 1/10 of it back to church. It says that his last I have checked was $213. Now, I want to think about this. He tithes 1/10 of his income. Okay. So he writes a check for $213. Then this is 10%. Of what, right? Of whatever he made. We can look at the question and know how much income did he have. They would know what he made. If this is the percent, what did he make in all? So what different real quick to do is I'm going to stop back and give these the instructions. It says specify what the variable transfer, then write an equation, and solve it. So I'm going to start for 3 answers here, okay? So everything here, right, is income. So whatever you name this, you can call it x, right? Let's go ahead and make the reverse x is equal to income. Alright, so let's see, his last check was $213. How much income did he buy? Okay, so we need to say, we know we've had x. We know that whatever it is, 15% of it. So let's see, so I might hang on this x. Let's try 213. So on income then. Income, what was I could want of income, right? Whatever it is, that was $230. Okay, so there is some problem. That is my equation. I'm going to come down here and set for the increment. So we're going to want our paper that can turn in. You want 1/10 of income, that's equal $250. So in order to solve for x, I need to move that 1/10 over. Remember that I multiply by fraction. Instead of divide the whole thing, I can multiply by reciprocal on both sides. Let's go and divide 10, because 10 out of 1 is 10. So cancel there on the left. You have x equal to 213 times 10. So that will give you 2130. So the total is, if your dollar sign is $200,130. So I'm going to go back for 31, I'm going to x is equal to 2130. We have 1, 2, 3 here. All right. Let's take a look at going to look up the this one you find cost per yard if 5 yards was $65. Okay. When you see per anything, again, our clue is times. So if you went to a fabric store, your mom did matters in fabric store. So you know that the mom goes to this little piece lady and she will cut off yard and every single yard has her price. So when you get to the say I at right and then they apply it. So let's take a look way after. So you want to find the cost per yard. So we're working guys the cost. We'll go ahead and write x equals cost per yard. Okay. Next, we need to create and show how we're going to solve this. So, taking a look at whatever the cost is, I know total is $65, right? In order to get that total, I know I have 5 yards times whatever that cost is. Okay, you would need so 5 times price, give me a total of $65. So just like part here, we come over here. So I got 32, and that would 5x equals $65. So in when we'll multiply x and adopt it and divide with I can cancel 11 with x equals 2 is 5 and 15 3 times x is $13 per yard. Cost me, but what do I know? Okay, so we're going to say S equal to $13 per yard. Okay, that 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm going to take a look at these. Let's go into look at the 8. So this one says a grand price of $7,500 was divided equally among all the inventory by for place. So they know if he received $12.50, how many had. So what tells me is that he took that $7,500 and they divided completely up by x, people who, people want to be second to x equals. So whatever, however many there were, they took 7,500 and they divided on all people who were for place, and each person got 1,250. Okay, so here's the first answer. That's the first place people. So now I'm eating my ink. Okay, no, I'm eating Razel ink. So here's my cancer, and it's got 7,500. Divided my all for 1%. I know that each person will get 1,500. 1,250. It's what again, kind of looking at this, and like, well, that makes sense. But I also think that in the right, right? But I could also do that out there, and I could say, okay, they're $1,250 per one. And then I multiply 1250 times 4 plus it totals 7,500. And I wrote them very fast. I can see now, 92 divide by 1250. Okay. And so I could just word this, even one time. Go ahead and just use one here, since it's got weight. And I need to know how many times 1,750 will Okay, let's keep going with number 38. Had to clean that up a little bit. Okay, so we were here. We were at 1250 times x is equal to 7,500. So we said that every person who got first place got $1,250. We don't know how many of them there are, but we're going to multiply them by that total and that should give us $7,500 total. All right, so in order to get x by itself here, I'm going to divide by that $1,250 on both sides. All right, here I will cancel, and I'm left with x is equal to, now I'm going to take 7,500, I need to divide it by 1250. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to take 1250, I'm just going to multiply it by 2 real quick, just to get an idea of how much I'm working with here. So times 2 is 2,500. When I'm thinking of this, I'm going to kind of think of this as 25 divided into 75, which will go 3 times. So I should be able to take this number, multiply it by 3, and get that 7,500. Okay, so just be careful here because remember you already multiplied it by 2. So if I need 3 more of these, what I need to do is take 1250 and multiply it by 6. That should come out perfectly. So 6 is 0, 30, 12, and 15. Boom, 7,500. So x is equal to 6. So don't forget to put that down here. X is equal to 6. So I've got one answer. I've got my second answer and my third answer there. Okay. So there were 6 people who tied for first place. All right, what I'm going to do for number 40, I'm going to make this a bonus, okay? This one's a little crazy, but I want to see how you can do with it. I do want to point out a couple of things. You've got 627 miles total. He traveled 3 different ways. Now it says to express the 3 distances without using fractions, then use them to write the resulting equation. Okay, so find each distance traveled. So you're going to have an equation, and then you're going to your answer should say airplane, car, bike, right? You should be able to tell me the miles. Let's say that's a +5. You know what? Let's make it a +5. Okay, +5 for that one. All right, let's finish up with a couple more. Let's go ahead and look at 41 and 42. So for number 42, they want you to write the following sum as a single fraction. So let's take a quick peek at this. I've got, you should be moving to your scratch paper. So for 41, we have 2n plus n over 3. Okay, so what we can do here would be, now if I have fractions and I am adding them, I can look at them as though I have this over 1. Now remember, if you're going to add fractions, they have to be the same on the bottom, so they have to have the same denominator. Remember, this is the number that tells us how many make a whole. So because I have a 3 on this side and a 1 over here, I mean, 1 can become 3, right? So I'm going to drop this down, so I've got n over 3 plus, now I'm going to turn this denominator into a 3. I made that one a 3 by multiplying it times 3. And what I do to the bottom, I also have to do to the top. So I've got 1 times 3 here. Now I've got 3 times 2n, which is going to give me 6n over 3. Okay, now I'm ready to add straight across. That will give me 6n, and n is 7n. And then keep your denominator. And guys, that's your answer. So back over here, we're going to write 7n over 3. All right, now for 4a and b for number 42, what they're asking here is what values of the variable or variables would a 5x be negative and b y over z be positive. Okay, so they want to know what value can I give x to make this fraction a negative? And the answer to that is any negative number. It doesn't matter. You can make this 5 over negative 2, 5 over negative 3. You don't have to write these, but I'm just showing you. Any negative number you put at the bottom of this makes your fraction a negative. Okay, so your answer there, guys, is going to be any negative number. I can exchange x on 5x for any negative number, and that fraction will be negative. Now for b, they're giving you y over z. And they want to know, they want it to be positive. So they want it, what values can we give to the y and the z and make it positive? Okay, and so for this one, you think about fractions. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. A positive divided by a negative is a negative, right? I'm sorry, that first one was a negative divided by a positive is a negative, right? So if I had a negative over a positive, it'd be negative. If I had a positive over a negative, it would be negative. But if I had a positive over a positive, it would be a positive, right? These are my answers, negative, negative, positive. And if I had a negative over a negative divided by a negative is a positive. All right, so what you're going to write is both positive or both negative. So that means that in order for this fraction, y over z, to be positive, y or z would both have to be a positive number, or y and z would both have to be a negative number in order to get a positive fraction. Okay, guys, this is due next Monday. You need to have the rest of it finished. Come see me in advisory on Thursday if you need help. All right? Have a good one. Bye.